Hello, this is Rick with the Costin Center for Teaching and Learning, and today I've got a short video to go over the classroom technology located inside of Painter Hall 205. The very first thing that we'll go over is going to be the monitor that's located on the top of the podium. As you can see, it's attached to the side of the podium, which is going to give you a little bit more real estate on top of the podium, the top of the podium there. What we can also do is take this monitor and swivel it in any direction that we want. So if you're doing perhaps a lecture capture, then you can actually turn the monitor to face yourself out here in the classroom in the front of the room so that you can see where you are in relation to the podium. Especially if you're using something like Office Mix, that's going to be very beneficial for you. Something like Camtasia, we're going to cover later, probably doesn't have that capability, depending on what aspect of Camtasia that you're using. But you can swivel this podium monitor in any direction that you want. The second thing that we're going to go over is the Epson control panel on top of the podium. I'll just go ahead and throw out to you there that you actually don't have to use the click remote control with the projector that's in the classroom. The basic functionality for the projector is actually programmed into this control panel. And in another video, we're going to go over some of the functions that you can do. But as you can see on the top of the control panel when we get there, there's a power button that you just press, and that turns your projector on. So no need to look for the remote control. Another thing that I'll point out too is going to be the volume control knob. It's black. What that's going to do is control not the PC volume, but it's going to control the speaker volume for the classroom. So if your volume is a little too high, all you have to do is just turn it down. If you want to turn it up, then you can turn it the other way. And there's also a bass control on the side of the volume control knob as well. And we'll cover that a little bit later too. Another aspect to point out to you is the cable cubby located on top of the podium on the right hand side. And what that's going to give you is a power plug, a Cat 5 connection for network. You can have a VGA, a 3.5 millimeter sound cable, and you'll also have an HDMI plug interface. And that's just in case you want to bring in a laptop of your own to be able to use on this podium. Okay, so the next thing that I want to point out to you is going to be the Epson document camera. This is a high definition document camera that can be used on documents that you bring into the classroom. You just lay them pretty much on the black area, and you can rotate and turn the document camera in any direction that you want. It's also got a 180-degree rotation to where you can actually turn it facing the classroom if you want perhaps a video collaboration going with someone on the screen. The next thing that we're going to point out is we have another video camera on this desktop of this computer, and it's pretty much secure running through the box of the computer itself, of the podium itself. But this is a Logitech C920 webcam. It's got a built-in microphone also, just in case you wanted to use that for video collaboration with someone that you invite to your class through either Google Hangouts or Skype, or also Canvas collaborations as well. So the next thing that we're going to show you is just a pull-out mouse and keyboard tray. And you can easily push this back in if you just plan on not using the computer for that day. The next thing I'll show you is inside of the box. We've got several components here. The key component is going to be the computer. Basically everything for the podium runs through the computer. So if you want to show any kind of videos in your class, you're going to have to make sure the computer is powered on. This computer is right now on because that's how I'm recording this video, but we have the computer set to, after an hour and a half of idle, no one uses it, the computer will actually go into hibernate, and this will cause the projector after a few minutes to shut itself down. So we do want to be conscious of conserving energy, so this thing will actually help us there. The next thing that we have here is going to be the Trip Light power strip, and basically what this does is turns the entire podium on or off. Probably no need to press this button to shut it down because, like I said, the computer will shut itself down unless you decide to shut the computer down. That's probably the best thing to do. If you press the red button, it's going to shut everything down, the computer, the projector, the speakers, everything. So that's right there is going to be the main power hub for the entire podium. Moving down, the next thing we have here is going to be our lapel microphone system, and I'm actually wearing that now to make this video, and I've got it tucked into my pocket. It's a really nice Shure lapel mic system. You just attach it to your shirt, make sure to flip the power switch on, and the next thing you'll want to do is make sure that you see this light on right here. Okay, the power should be turned on. The way to turn that on is to press down and hold for about 2 seconds. When you see this light come on, you should be good to go. Okay, the next thing that I'll point out to you is going to be the subwoofer speaker on the bottom. If the subwoofer is just entirely too loud, you can always adjust it with the volume control on the top, or either you can turn the subwoofer volume down with a slider button on the side of the volume control there. And then the last thing I'll point out too, or the next thing I'll point out, is going to be these 3 remote controls. Each of them are labeled as far as what they do. One is going to be for the document camera, another would be for the Epson projector if you decide to use the remote, and the last is going to be for the video camera that's in the classroom, which leads me to the next point, and I don't have the camera pointed to that, but that is going to be our Huddle Cam, and that's a 10x zoom optical camera. It's a pan, tilt, and zoom system, and we're going to go into that in a little bit detail later. And the last 2 things that I'll point out is going to be the Epson interactive projector. We'll get into that in detail later. It's a very nice system. It comes with 2 pins that allows you to write with those pins at the same time and control the computer with that pins as well. And the last thing that we have is in the top right and left corners of the front of the classroom are 2 speakers, and that's going to be for your computer audio that comes out for your students to hear. So that is a basic rundown of the entire system. We're going to have more videos to come to cover each detail of the system. So thank you for tuning in. This is Rick Frazier again with the Carlson Center for Teaching and Learning. If you need to contact me at any time about this podium, if you have any problems with it at all, call me at 662-241-6423. And if you can't reach me, then please email me. My email is in the campus directory, or you can contact Dr. Amber Handy. Either of us should be able to help you with this podium if you need it. So thank you again for tuning in, and have a great day.